Hi, I'm Fred Perkins. I'm the owner-operator of Perkins Roasting Company, Woodinville, Washington. I'm an engineer by trade. I spent 16 years in the IT industry, a little bit of time in manufacturing, development, and business operations, mostly in the manufacturing environment as well. I got involved in coffee roasting some 9 years ago, taking over maintenance for a prototype roaster that was being introduced into Western Washington. After a very brief run, the company let me go due to financial difficulties. But about 6 years ago, it was reconstituted. I was brought in to handle the IT setup for the company that had been reconstituted. This was for Fresh Roast Systems out of Key Biscayne, Florida. While there, I became very interested in the roaster, and the company had a requirement for another body, so I was brought on primarily as a development engineer. Over the course of the next 3 years, I had the privilege of working with some of the best roast masters in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I learned not just about roasting coffee, but I learned a lot about coffee production, green bean selection, and what really makes a fine cup of coffee. And I took that knowledge. Once the project had ended, we were very successful in terms of taking this roasting system out of its prototype phase of development and putting it to practical and applicable use. Of course, the roasting system itself is another story all by itself, but it gave me the opportunity, having been laid off, to break into an industry that was very tight, very competitive, and tough to differentiate oneself from. And that's where my knowledge and the knowledge I acquired and the roasting system that I use sets me apart. We provide fresh roasted product on an almost as ordered basis. We look at coffee as being produce because that is what, in effect, what it is. Coffee has a definitive life cycle, even though green coffee stored properly will last for years. But it is like any other seed, it will eventually go dormant and die off. We perform moisture analysis on all the green coffee we get in to make sure that it's within threshold so that we can be assured of meeting the most exacting requirements, which are the requirements of our customers for freshness. From there, I develop a roast profile that I feel best suits the type of coffee that I'm roasting, whether it be a Brazilian or a Guatemalan or a Sumatran. So we roast to order. We provide fresh product. We put our roasting date on every package so that our customers know that they're getting the best and freshest in quality. I don't just rely on my own taste for determining whether a coffee is a good cup. I put it in the hands of my customers, and I let my customers tell me. But by and large, I've never had a pound of coffee come back. I price it competitively, and I think it is some of the best that's out there. There are a lot of great small roasters out there. There are some really great roast masters who I feel proud and privileged to be able to compete with, and that's not to diminish anybody else. But I think that we do as good, if not a better job, than 99% of them out there. And the only way you can find that out is if you like to try our product, and I think that you'll be very surprised and very satisfied.